We are live. Okay, so as I usually say, this is the second time I've done one of these streams. A few lovely people, and super late to the crypto party. I was one of those people who said, you know, if you'd mentioned to me in a bar in 2020 about Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto, I'd have been one of those people that said, look, it's complete nonsense, don't want to hear about it, just get me a drink. And completely changed my tune in late 2021. And ever since then, I've wanted to do some of these streams daily just to try and really share some knowledge. I know probably 1% of the 99% that's out there to know. There's so much information going on constantly around the world of crypto, and so I thought, why don't I try and put myself out there, learn a little bit. We can see about some of the news that's going on here, and hopefully I can learn something, you can learn something as well, and we both win. So without further ado, we'll talk about some macro stuff in a second, but as a bit of an overview, yesterday was pretty crazy in terms of the Bitcoin price, but everything seems it's starting to get sunny outside, which means the price might go on. Nonsense. So anyway, Bitcoin's up today, 3.89%, and the US market opens in 45 minutes. It's now lunchtime in the UK. It is 1:30 here in the UK. And some interesting stuff that I want to talk about. We're going to talk about Blackrock. We're going to talk about Fidelity. We're going to talk about network activity. I'm going to go through some of my favorite news stories of today and some tweets that I've seen as well that are quite interesting as well. Without further ado, some macro stuff that's happening. Very little really. There's not too much this week. There is, however, the PMIs, the Purchasing Managers Indexes, coming out next week. So the ISM, Institute of Supply Management Manufacturing Index as well, which is really, really important. So we'll see what happens from that. The one previously, manufacturing PMI, was at 57.6, basically a survey of all the purchasing managers and where they see the economy going. What sort of buying power, new orders, employment, supply deliveries, etc. And what's interesting is the new orders is in essence a leading indicator to this leading indicator. So whatever new orders come out at kind of is ahead of what we're going to see on the actual manufacturing PMI. And the manufacturing PMI in January was at 57.6. Basically anything above 50, in essence, the economy's growing. Anything below 50, the economy's shrinking. But it's really a lot of the time based with new orders. New orders are really important within the manufacturing, within the ISM manufacturing index. So we'll see what happens there. That's super interesting from a top-down macro overview of where the US economy is going, and yeah, we'll see what happens there. Into some news articles before we go any further. Blackrock has entered the chat, or has it? And this is a really good opinion piece from CoinDesk around Blackrock. Obviously, we all know Blackrock. BlackRock owns the world. It has $10 trillion of assets under management. And this would be an incredible thing for crypto. Now, obviously, BlackRock has pension funds, endowment funds, super long-term plays that they have under management. And I'll put this article in the description. And given that BlackRock are super conservative, majority of their assets are pension funds, endowment funds, etc. It will be see what happens. However, CoinDesk's Ian Allison reports that BlackRock may be planning to offer crypto trading to its clients through Aladdin, the $10 trillion asset managers integrated investment management platform. This cuts against what the chief exec Larry Fink said in July. Fink indicated there was little demand for crypto assets from clients, which really wasn't surprising given those clients include pension funds, endowments, and other types of conservative capital with infinite time horizons. And obviously, I imagine if BlackRock ever got involved in crypto, then Bitcoin would be one of their assets of choice, at least a blue chip asset, for want of a better phrase, which Bitcoin is. So we will see what's going on with that. Obviously, BlackRock have $10 trillion under assets. I think Vanguard is not far behind them with 7. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so 9.46 trillion under management, and Vanguard is 7.2 trillion, and Fidelity have been bullish and expressed interest in crypto, and 4.2 trillion US dollars under management. So if you combine all of those three, BlackRock, Vanguard, and Fidelity, I mean, it's $20 trillion that those guys own collectively, which is an incredible amount of money. So we will see what happens with BlackRock and where we go with that. Any news, then I will let you know about that as well. So here's another really interesting article from Blockworks, which Crypto Index, which is super exciting. Crypto Index primed for launch as financial advisor interest grows. So, long story short, a crypto index, and we'll have a look at how that index is made up in a second. Crypto Index, devised by Wisdom Tree Investments and Ritz-Holt Wealth Management, is set to become more widely available next week as more financial professionals have indicated interest in the space. I know 1 or 2 financial advisors. I'd be interested to know when I next speak to them if they have been thinking about crypto as an investment for their clients, for their customers. And we can see here the Wisdom Tree Crypto Index with a nice little ticker there, available via a separately managed account, was made available to Ritz-Holt clients in December. And we can see what the exposures are within that index. Obviously, Bitcoin making up the majority of that, followed by Ethereum and Phantom, Terra, Polygon, etc., etc. So this will be interesting to see what happens with this as well, and maybe more indexes are due to be released by various platforms and investment companies. So we'll see what happens with that. On to the next article. This is yesterday's article, but anyway, it's still relevant. Next Bitcoin bull run won't happen until end of 2024, says top crypto exchange co-founder. This is basically due to a process called halving, which occurs every few years. The next halving event takes place in 2024, when Do thinks there could be another bull market on Bitcoin. So if I read a little bit out, Bitcoin may not see a bull market until late 2024, beginning of 2025, if past price cycles are an indication, according to the co-founder, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. Obviously, the first half of 2022 has been crazy for Bitcoin. It's just an up and down cycle, very, very choppy. So we'll see what happens with his thoughts in terms of whether there'll be the next bull run will be in 2024 as well. Now, let's look at some interesting tweets that I've found over the past 24 hours. So this is Nunchuk, which is self-custody wallet. And I think this kind of stems what's going on with a little bit of regulation and what's been going on in Canada with the GoFundMe and the Canadian truckers and Bitcoin. And basically, they put out this tweet, which I thought was quite interesting, which was half of our new support tickets are about how to move Bitcoin off exchanges. And we can see their website here, which is basically a self-custody solution for your Bitcoin. So more and more people are trying to take their crypto off exchanges and into cold storage, in essence, to protect them. So interesting stuff there from Nunshot. I thought that was quite interesting. Another little tweet that was quite relevant, pretty local to me, from Greater Manchester here in the UK, is we're seeing news articles all the time about crypto that's been stolen, and how crypto is involved in money laundering, etc., and crime. And crypto scam victims get $5.5 million back. So more than $5.5 million have been returned to victims of international cryptocurrency scam. And police in England say millions more unclaimed. Specialist officers, I like the word specialist crypto officers. I wonder what their role is. Specialist officers from Greater Manchester Police seized $22.2 million from the scammers in July 2021. Intelligence led detectives to USB sticks that contained huge amounts of Ethereum, and even more crypto was discovered after investigators found the code for a safety deposit. Overall, 90% of the digital assets that were stolen ended up being recovered, so that's great news. However, there are many more people here. It said later on in the article, there's many more victims that have yet to be compensated because they don't know who they are, etc. And it says here, so far, 23 victims have been compensated after their claims were verified by police, which is good news. On to more interesting stuff. This is a tweet from Blockworks, which basically gives this is a really interesting tweet. Top government officials that have left their jobs for crypto. This was a thread that was put on Blockworks Twitter. So these are some of the government officials that have left their jobs to join the crypto industry. And I don't want to go through all of them, but first was Jay Clayton, former SEC chairman, joined crypto custody firm Fireblocks to work on market structure and customer needs. I think personally, they're probably enjoying this crypto world, a lot more than politics. I don't blame them. I'd hate to be involved in politics. And then the second one there, Brian Brooks, former acting comptroller of the currency at OCC, joined Binance, and then Bitfury as chief exec. And then, again, not going to go through all of these. Mark Wetjen, former CFTC commissioner, joined FTX US as head of policy and regulatory strategy, which is all good news. There, I don't know if I'm a massive fan of politicians joining the crypto world, but they feel their expertise are probably more important elsewhere than politics. So fair play to them. So everybody, that is the 23rd of February. That's my little update for you guys. We will see. I hope you continue to join me on this journey. I enjoy doing these. This is the second one I've ever done, so I enjoy finding little interesting articles to talk about. Again, like I said at the start, this is really just a fact-finding mission for me, so that I start to learn more. Anyone who says that they know everything about this world is lying, because it's changing so quickly. And hopefully, some of the wisdom that I gain from this, you can also gain, so we both win. It's such an exciting period, such an exciting time. The wealth transfer that's happening, and how millennials, Zoomers, whatever you call them, are getting involved in this incredibly fast-paced industry is fantastic. I see the amount of job adverts on LinkedIn relating to crypto is just insane. The amount of engineers and people needed in these organizations is just so cool. So without further ado, thank you so much. I'll stop this now, and I will see you next time. Remember, keep drinking water. That's really, really important as well. Lots of water, and keep smiling. Cheers, guys.